Welcome back. It's been a while, but we're back down in Cornwall. On for a couple of days of spearfishing, so I'm going to take you with me and we're going to see what we get. All is a sea bass, but we shall see. We've got some nice weather ahead of us, so we should get some clear conditions. But yeah, we shall see. Right, we've made it to our spot. It's a bit of a sandy area here. You can see the bottom. That's the bottom, that's the surface. This is the current one, so if you can see, that's the bottom, immediate bottom, just here. That could be like a fish there, that little mark there. Or maybe the anchor rope, actually, that's probably more realistic. Anyway, so yeah, there's some rough ground just over this way. And yeah, I'll hop in the water.
So the session did not end up being any good. It was just not fishy at all. The fizz was bad. So we head back out in the afternoon to a different spot to see if we could find some lobster. Now this is very good looking ground, mainly because there's large rocky overhang on the right side with sand on the bottom, and it's important to have sand, to look for areas with sand and then rock overhangs, as lobster aren't usually a big fan of they want easy access to their holes, and if it's loads of jagged and loads of seaweed in the way, they're not usually going to like it too much. You can see a lovely big ballan rest in front of me here. Very pretty fish. You can see loads of those all around the Cornwall coast. It's great to see. So I ended up locating a lobster at the end of the session. So enjoy 30 seconds of me attempting to extract said lobster with kelp fronds and a boat oar, because that was all I had. No lobster hook, so I had to make do. Don't expect an explanation to how I ended up managing catching this guy, or girl I should say, because I have no idea. But lobster for dinner, so we are happy. Right, it's our last day to try and get some sea bass. I got one last night, but my GoPro was dead. Ideal conditions this morning. We're catching the end of the incoming tide. Should be able to dive the last hour and a half, 2 hours. It looks ideal. Should be pretty clear. Haven't had strong wind in like 2 or 3 days, so yeah, good conditions. Right, so first dive in this spot, just warming up the lungs, getting the air out the wetsuit. The gun's in the wrong hand, not really expecting to see anything. And obviously, just when you least expect it, a couple bass show up. Just swinging the gun around, pick out a target, and I'm just a bit of a kerfuffle. Don't want to shoot in the left hand. Well, yeah, I don't want to talk about it. So a couple dives later, warmed up the lungs a bit more ready this time. I've got a couple pollacks swimming erratically off to the side there. Not the best eating, especially when they're that size, so kind of just leave them. And we got this bass coming in, chasing this school of sand eels, clearly quite distracted. I'd take way too long, but luckily he hangs around. You can see I'm quite close to shore here. Bass tend to come a lot shallower in the summer. So yeah, I moved a lot further inshore now to observe, just to see what anything's around. And I'm meted by this small school of bass on the sand. So have a quick dive just to check them out, see if there's anything worth shooting. Comes right up into my face. Now this one on the right was probably legal, but I wanted to be a bit more patient. I've got my one fish out of two today. I wanted to wait a little longer and see if I could secure something a bit more significant. A great big massive wrasse here, mix of cuckoo wrasse and ballan wrasse. Sorry, not cuckoo wrasse, cork-wing wrasse. Not sure why they've all congregated in this area, maybe breeding or something. I don't know, but it's cool to see. I'm just sat on the bottom here, not seeing too much, but spot this small pollack up in the distance. And this is one of my last dives, so I wanted to add a little more to the plate other than just that bass, so stretched out and took this one to the table. Such a nice little dive here. It's a good situation, some nice bass swimming through. Choose one to take, and safety was on. So yeah, do love that.
Right, we have managed a good amount of diving today. Done very well, I think, to get a bass finally on the last day. Last day I'm here, get a nice sized bass and a pollack as well.
So this is a couple weeks later. I'm back down doing some more diving. Didn't really film any intros, but yeah, here's a good situation of just pointing the wrong facing the wrong direction. Just did not see them coming. And here I was just sat on the bottom a bit later. Some mackerel swim through, and we'll never say no to some mackerel. And it's always a fun challenge trying to shoot these guys. Yeah, again, here's a nice example of lovely conditions, but just a bit of bad luck really. Facing the complete wrong direction. Yeah, this bass just comes in out of nowhere. Managed to somehow swing my gun around without it spooking and get a solo shot off. For some reason I turned my GoPro off here, but yeah, it was a good fish. A couple dives later, get surrounded by this mega school of bass. Really nice to see. Okay, so if you're interested in freediving or spearfishing, feel free to hold your breath with me on this dive. So pause the video, get nice and relaxed, take a deep breath when you see the timer start, and yeah, see how well you do.